doing numbers. Bring it home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the Vikings Offensive Player of the Year. He was excellent a week ago, throwing 7 touchdown passes. It's the Vikings and the Packers, and it's all just...
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. He's at the 30. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. On first down, Justin Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
The Vikings at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Herbert. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Herbert throwing again.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. 11 yards for number 11. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Herbert now.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. It's caught by Bryant. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Again to Bryant, and again it's caught.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing, and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 20. 61 yards. He has been tough to stop here in this first half.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Touchdown, Packers.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Packers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Give left side here for Nwangu.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Another run now for Nwangu. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical... A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got the hook up with Downs. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big...
And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from it pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And quickly, they get to the line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought...
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, they'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Herbert's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Herbert on 1st down now. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd. Back now at Lambeau. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Herbert. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Steps away to his left.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with some great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
2nd and 4. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. Yep. Closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out route to Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Back to throw here, Herbert. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Taking it about the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jair Alexander. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now it's Herbert. Pass incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. On first down, Justin Herbert. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And now here is another interception. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Red, yellow, black shot. Yellow, blue.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to